And we are back from the ads. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You should go into the office and hide in the data center. Oh, yes. Make a nest among the RJ45 cables. You can have all the data you want, you know. Hey, thanks for the welcome back. Right, so as promised, we are switching to Timberborn to have fun with the beavers for a little while. Because, well, brain too tired after the heat. But I suppose that's a drawback from summer playing reflection heavy games like blueprints. It requires a lot of focus, a lot of stuff like that, and after a while you're like, I can't anymore. But that's okay, because we have beavers. And they're lovely, and we love them very much, and we can pet them and cuddle them. And all that good stuff. Let's see, I should probably transition the music right about now. Oh, yes. Right about now. Perfect. So, Timberborn, welcome back. Yeah, so yesterday we had made this little barrage. We had started growing eggplants. We're still waiting for the first harvest of eggplants, which should come basically today or tomorrow, I think. At this point. We are digging tunnels underneath this plateau. We're almost finished, to be fair. For irrigation purposes, of course, not just for the pleasure of tunnels. And we don't just have tunnels under this plateau, but we also are building a huge tunnel under here, under our main city, or rather under the industrial area. We're building it both ways. Most of this was previously the Bad Tide River that was coming down here. We have diverted it slightly to straighten the Bad Tide flow over there. But what we are doing is expanding it, and long term we would like to be basically diverting the Bad Tide through here and have power generation all the way through here, right? So we're going to generate a lot of power through water wheels during normal and bad tide, thanks to that. That's the hope, at least. And so for that, we are digging this big tunnel. You can see like the main excavation is going on over here. So we've dug this far. On this level, then we have another dig on this level. Poof, just like that. Ooh, no. Wrong level to make a path. Sorry. Apologies. That's not supposed to be a path. No, so we have a path on this level here, because here we're going to have the power shaft that runs all the way alongside here. Yeah, we have a few blocks that have been dug out. I suppose long term we can replace that, a lot of that. And at the moment we are digging on this level, apparently. And so, yeah, that's the level where we have the water wheels, and then when we go back up over there, you have the final level that's just the top of the water wheels, and then on top of that we have a ceiling, and this ceiling we are completing, building the ceiling also on this side. We're building up to have the industrial area basically be on top of here. That's where we are. Last time we've also been making a lot of bots. We have 85 bots for 143 beavers at the moment in the colony. All these beavers are adults because, well, these are iron teeth and we grow them in vats directly into adult beavers. So that's okay for us. And we prepared the terrain to make a new industrial area in here, which is going to basically take the eggplant from here that we are just starting to gather. And they're going to take the canola seeds from over there, or at least some of them. Do I have enough canola seeds? Is it going down? It might be going down at this point, because we just increased the amount of grease production, so we're consuming more than we used to. So we'll have to keep a look at that. I'm kind of expecting to need more canola, which I suppose could be done probably over there. We'll see. We'll have to see. Or maybe... no, because this is gonna be a riverbed, isn't it? I don't actually know. Let me check. This is a bad tide bed. This might not be a riverbed. No, it shouldn't be. So we might rehydrate that. And start making canola seed over there. That would be a fun thing to do. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, so maybe a new digging project where we bring the irrigation here. I think probably if we put down stairs over here, we probably can reach down with these farms, you know? I don't know, maybe not, we'll see. Yeah, let's try. Let's try that. So what we will do here, let's take a look at these. I suppose what we can do here is go down directly across here. Hmm. Or maybe here. Would this be possible? What if I dig a tunnel here? Okay, that's directly outside. So that's not possible. So this is really hugging the terrain here. What if I make one here? Okay, that one is still hidden. And so where would it be? Right here? I believe that's it. And so then we can do something like that. And go directly across here. And we're basically one level below these two. Yeah. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. This plateau starts 4 after the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the plateau starts here, right? If I do that, that would be like basically the corner behind that, right? If I give an order to dig that, that's this block. Right, that's correct. So if we want to keep 2 away, we do that. And then we can go 1. Hang on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. And 4 leaves 3 away from the very edge of this. So if we go across here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go across. And that's basically irrigating this whole thing. And we might want to reduce here because we're here. We want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so maybe we go like that. Yeah, even that is probably a bit overdoing it in terms of width. Like we don't have to have these here. And here at the end, I think we're right at the end, right? If we, let's see, that would be right above, wouldn't it? Yes. And that would be 1 in. Okay. So, like, this is the edge of the channel. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. So the channel is this wide. So if I go like that, basically I'm hydrating the whole thing. And I can continue my tunnel. Probably something like that. Sure. And that should basically hydrate this whole thing. And I don't do that. I could do that. Should I? Know what? Sure. How wide is it? Along these parts, we might want like a diagonal. Maybe something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't kidding when I say tunnels were made in the title. Was I? And I'm in pause. Let's put this in high priority just so we can put in the stairs. Same for this one. Nice, nice. We are starting to get eggplants, so that's nice. This should be high priority as well. Perfect. So, this little industrial area, should we start building it? So I'm going to want oil presses. I think we need 2 of them, right? Because we need 2 canola oil per hour. And this makes barely more than 1 per hour. Yeah, so we want 2 oil presses and 1 food factory. Well, I suppose going straight is probably the best idea, and then we maybe store across. So we're going to need a large tank for oil storage. For canola oil, and we're going to need 2 large warehouses. I'm going to pile them up. For my canola stuff, right? I can speak English. I swear. I speak English very good. English. Over here is going to be eggplants. And over here is going to be eggplant rations. And over here is going to be the power shaft. I am better at English. or at English. Oui, oui. I see, I see. I might have missed one tile. What have I done here? No, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, all's good here. All is good. And we finished this tunnel. Perfect, perfect. And so at some point this is going to go down and go irrigate this area, right? Time to replace the garage attendants. End of that tunnel. Attendants at the end of. Guppy good at English too. I blame ducking autocorrect. Ah, that ducking autocorrect. Always the same. Always the autocorrect. Never trust the autocorrect. What am I doing here? I might put in some scaffolding, you know? Just to speed up construction of this. Yeah. I'm happy with that decision, so I'll stick with it. This is going to be bot power, these two, that's 2 bots. This is going to be making eggplant rations. And it's going to be bot powered as well. Sure. Why isn't this being built? Oh, too far from a district. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Now that you mention it. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I could... You know what? I could have a vertical tube ray right here. And a little sneaky tube ray station right here. That does sound fun. And that means... Like, there's even a possibility that the beavers might find it more entertaining to, like, go out of here, take this tube ray, go down here, and get out and tend to these fields. The farmers here. There's a possibility that might even work. Unconnected buildings, where? Here? I mean, that makes sense, actually. That actually makes sense. Yeah, no, I agree. It's not connected. Deal with it. I'm kinda surprised that this is not being polluted by the polluted water down there, to be honest. maybe it's diluted enough at this point. It's not polluting the land it comes next to. Yeah, I suppose it's not bright red, right? Anymore. Because we are rejecting some water from there into the stream. So it's not 100% polluted water. It's maybe 90% polluted only, so obviously it wouldn't pollute the land. Why would it? Who would dare suggest such an idea? Okay, so in here we can remove these platforms and then we can build the little stairs right here, and that gives them access to this lower level over there. Almost gives them access through the tunnels over here. A lot of that is going to be a long way away, so we're going to have to be careful with that, because the bots are not gonna love it. But hey. Especially since they already have to walk down here. It's fine, I can't do an airlock type of thing. I would like to be able to do an airlock type of thing where like you have watertight doors or something like that that takes some time to get through for the beavers. And so it would be a type of situation where it's like, okay, it takes them some time, it takes some space, but you can like make a door that the beavers can enter your waterways through, if that makes sense, without breaking the pressure seal on it. And at other points, that's just the point where you feed in the water. Another place where I could do canola could be here, actually. I'm not doing anything with these blueberry bushes, I think. Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything with these blueberry bushes. So I could just grow canola in this area. Would be a decent use of the land, but though I think at some point I'm going to need to use it for more engines. So it might be a bit of a waste, because I'm going to have to relocate it, you know? It's gonna be messy. These are working, alright. So we should start producing aubergines ration. Exciting. That's getting built. Good, good. Yes, so I think we're just going to build a new farming area over there. That's gravity fed. Basically, as soon as they build this, we can start working on it. So I think this is going to be like medium priority. Yeah. Also, something that's going to be medium priority is going to be the scaffolding here. I don't need the tunnel to be built super fast, but I want the scaffolding to be useful for something, so it needs to be higher priority than the tunnel itself. Okay, and you see here we're dropping materials already. This is getting built before even this is getting built. Alright. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's fun. They're building... they're building from the tunnel that's going up. I enjoy that. I enjoy that. That's fun. The tubeway, not the tunnel, the tubeway. I can speak. Speak, speak, speak. Actually, didn't we start a new shaft? No, we didn't. I was considering it though. I was considering starting a new shaft that goes like this way. And maybe eventually is going to be able to like feed the main area. I think we should. How is this going to work? I can't go directly vertical here. That wouldn't really work. But it's okay, I can go one to the side. No, I cannot. I need to go lower actually. Because that's a riverbed level. So if I want to do anything here, I need to go lower. So I think first of all, this needs to have a way down below it. And I know, we're going to like, oops. That's a tile we're digging. It's hard to see through the building. Okay, real quick, temporarily, I'm going to place one right next to it so I can see it through this. Yes, so that's a tile. So I'm digging below this, and we're going to later replace this with a shaft that goes deeper, basically. So we're vertically digging here. I'm going to dig one deeper. Yep. And not on this one. Because here I'm going to dig diagonally. So I'm going to dig here and here. And actually even one deeper for this one. But then this is going to go across horizontally. And so it goes below this level, so we're fine. And this is going to go below it. Nice. So that means that at some point we're going to need to collapse this column and rebuild it, but that's okay. We can do that. It's not going to take too long. How is this? Okay, so where do we reach here with these? Not that far actually. Okay, we can have other farms. That's fine. I'm fine with that. We can have two farmhouses that are going to take care of of the canola. Flip them. Thank you. One is going to be planting, the other sowing. We've learned that that is better. And then we're going to do canola over here. A bunch of canola. And these are going to be able to reach quite far, actually. Do I want to do this? Maybe not, but maybe I don't have one over here and over here. And maybe I have stairs over there. Just to give a little bit more access to the different levels to my beavers. You know? Nothing huge, but a little bit of access doesn't hurt anybody. And that's going to be regular beavers maintaining that. I don't need beavers 24/7 on the farm. Honestly, I don't know that I need robot beavers in there either. But that's the main workforce I have available, so at the moment at least. Right, and don't mind the explosions below your feet. Or your paws, I should say. It may give you pause, but it's for your own good. I swear. Ooh, I went very close to building a very phallic structure over there. Which we might have to do actually. Because I think this needs to be reflected on the other side. Alright. Put in the balls. Not my fault, it's the geography. Blame the geograph. Loot alert. It's fine, it's hidden loot. Oh, look at that. They almost finished. Here we go. So now we have quick access to the industry, right? That's nice. And these are 9 days, so it's going to take a little while. What's the canoe stock doing? Not that bad. Not that bad, but I do expect it to collapse after I've put these in service. Because let's see, I consume 1 canola every 1.3 hours. That's like 4 canola divided by 1.3. That's like 3 canola per hour. And that's mostly bot driven, so that's 24/7, so times 24. That's like 74 canola per day. And we produce 3 every 9 days, right? So times 9 divided by 3. That's like 221 plants I need. 222 probably. So yeah, essentially I need 250 plants. What the hell happened here? To keep up with the thingy. And if I look at this, that's like an 8 by 8 plus wait plus a 6 by 5. That's 64 plus E. That's like 100 plants basically over here. And that's larger. Well, I don't know that it's larger than what we have over here, but yeah, that's roughly a 9 by 10, so it's roughly 100 plants too. So more or less over here we're producing with these two fields like 200 plants, and I need 250, so I need 50 more plants, so I need like a 5 by 10. So basically I need this. So I suppose I can let them plant whatever is hydrated of that. And eventually that should catch up. Alright. Fair enough. I wasn't supposed to do math in this game. I did it anyway. Okay, we caught up on that. Nice, nice. How about that tunnel? We did dig down. What do I do here? I suppose we are going to need to rebuild this thing, right? So let's real quick embark on a path of destruction. Yes. Big destruction. Thank you, thank you. And so over here we're building power shaft from all the way down to basically this. And over here we are going to do the same but with vertical tubeways. Going all the way down, but this time to the surface. And actually a little bit further up. Nice. And this should probably be high priority. Like restore the communications channels. If this isn't working for now, that's fine, right? That's okay. But I do want people to be able to come and go. Well, beavers. But you know what I mean. You do. You're sure I would do math in any game if I could? I mostly avoided it in this game so far. I just did a little bit, okay, as a treat. I've had a long, hard day. Quick math. Yeah, it was just a quickie. Just a math quickie. Demand is 4,000 during night time. That's fine. We don't seem to be over consuming because we're recharging fully if even we go down during the day. So that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Let's have a look over here. Oh, it does seem like we're done with this part. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Right, that's going to be the part that's going to be slightly more difficult. We're going to have to reshuffle things over here, I think. Yep. I don't just think, I know. For sure. But that's fine. We can handle it. It's probably going to be part of extending the underground pathway, isn't it? Yeah. Although the placement of it is in the wall, right in line with the wall, so that's not ideal. But we can probably like shift underground and be okay. Right, we can have the exits go on the side. And have maybe like any output over here. So that should be fine, I think. And also it means we might have like the power shaft go directly down. Which I suppose is basically what it's doing over here, right? Oh, actually it's not going directly down. Ooh. What will deal with? Question is how do I deal with it? But yeah. Maybe I just shift while underground? I don't know. I don't quite know yet. Okay, this can be built. And should perfectly fine. But it's going to also help us if we get this thing underground, right? Yeah. So overall, like this, basically this square existing underground is going to be helpful. Okay. So let's see, how do we handle this? So we know that we want... we want the tubeway and the power shaft to come one to the left, basically underground. So let's go underground and start designing the shaft. What we can do is basically just do that, right? And then we can continue. And so on the left we have the tubeway, on the right we have the power shaft, and they just shimmy around here a little bit. And that should be okay. And that means this can come up at any point and be connected to the water wheels. And if I need it to like go around the tubeway, we can do that. We can absolutely do that. And here I can come down further. Yeah. Why? Oh yeah. I forgot. So this shifts to be below the tubeway. And so all I need here is to slowly build the tubeway along. It's just going to dig under itself to have the power shaft below. And so it's going to move this way slowly. Okay. I feel like more of this is getting irrigated, so that's good. We have a bad tide approaching, apparently. I've been told. This is all good. Yep. They have egg plantations up here. Perfect. And so here I'm going to be able to come down alongside the wall, right? And so I can just have basically my tubeway station be here. That's good enough. You know, I don't need anything more. It's going to be connected anyway, I think. No, I might need to connect it here. But yeah, that's fine. Like this, yeah, that's good and connected. And then I can remove these. Maybe... Let's see. Maybe I can have like a platform here. And something built over here. And that way then I can remove this and maybe have a little bit of an overhang platform to bring, you know, the beavers in here and be able to go around if they want to. Okay, I like that. This is being built still. Your high priority. Yeah, they're getting the materials, that's fine. What about down here? You should be high priority. Because that's gonna be slow as hell. As they say. Do they say that? Who is they? So many questions. I might want this to be designated as middle priority. Just so it's prioritized over the other tunnel. And same down here. Yeah. So we're slowly starting the tunneling infrastructure. The energy tunnel over here is advancing okay. So there. How are we going to deal with that? I think... Okay, so this may eventually become a river. So I think we're going to want sluice here. Probably. And then we can have levees. That should be fine, yeah. Which means I just need an access path to build that. And then when the time comes, we can destroy this. These can just be closed. And that means that any water is going to be directed over there. And then we're going to be able to close the stream here and just have this whole thing to us. Yeah. This is almost fully irrigated already. Nice, nice. One more. One more here. Of course they need to be high priority. This is gonna be so slow to build. I almost just want to make a big excavation to make a station and be like, yeah, we're going to just dig by hand. Walk down there, you know. And then once the tunnel is gone, we can like refill the station or whatever. Or just leave a gap in the dirt. It would probably be faster to do. What are you complaining about? You're flooded. Why are you flooded? Huh. That's a slight concern. There's too much water coming out. To be fair, I haven't left a lot of room for evacuating the water here. I might need to rework that. That was a bit silly on my part. Maybe if I put a second one, that would go better. Yeah. Let's put in a second one. So we're going to need, of course, some dynamite. We're going to dig this block, put in a dam, and then we dig these 2 extra blocks. And that should help with the water flow. Two dams instead of one. How are we doing here? Eh, not too bad, actually. Oh, oh. Let's go. So we blow it up, of course. And then we put in a dam. You're of course a high priority building. It shouldn't take too long. It's just 20 logs. Oh, we are going down in logs. Oh, we need more forest. Alright, let's put in more trees. We can have trees over there, I suppose. So this all can go here. You are not going to be storing scrap metal anymore, you're going to be storing logs. And that means I need a forester. Actually, I think I'm going to remove the building. And we're going to rebuild it right here. Logs, and I'm going to need a lumberjack. Here we go. Perfect. And this whole thing can become oak. It's gonna be like 100 more oak. Just check. Oh, and a hydrate. Yes, yes. And a stretch. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and Guppy grabbed the slippers. Oh no. I see that theft is going on in chat. The battle for the slippers has finally begun. Slippers upgrade. What would that even be? What would that even mean? Okay, so we are planting. I think I'd like that to be. Oop. High priority building though, because we need them soon. Actually, I might stop some of the engines preemptively. Yeah. Uranium souls. That sounds highly unsafe. That defeats the whole. That would defeat the whole point of the sleepers to be unsafe. Beavers causing global warming. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically. That's kind of fun. The fun of this game is that, like, you're like, yeah, the humans were terrible and, you know, destroyed their own planet. But actually, we're doing just as bad as they are. Okay, so that should be tunneling. Actually, I might want to like have this. Oop. High priority. And while we're here, we do need more tubeway. Alright. This plateau is not really safe for planting trees. This is fine because it's irrigated. We've irrigated all that, but this is not irrigated. But hey, we're making progress down there. Nice. How are we progressing? Right. Not very fast. To be fair, I've given them a lot of jobs. I've given them quite a lot of jobs at the moment. They're doing the high priority stuff first. Makes sense, right? I might have another tank and start breeding again. Yeah, let's have another beaver tank. Because we've been putting in some jobs that require, well, not require, but that we want to be done by normal beavers. And we've been oscillating between having too many jobs and liking jobs. Although the life expectancy might be upgrading as well. I'm not quite sure when it upgrades. Let's see. Life expectancy upgrades at level 17 and 27. So yeah. Well, I suppose we have a few that are upgrading. So in average we might be increasing. Hey Vane, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Damn, I missed much. Hi, hi. You haven't missed too much beaver time today. We were playing blueprints earlier. But, you know, brain be melting, so I needed to take a break from blueprints, and we have gone back to Beaver City, where we have 89 bots and 145 beavers. Ooh, yes. We got those buns in chat. We just decided to get a few more beavers. Because we're kinda creating new beaver jobs, so I think it would be nice to have the beavers go along with it. We have a few projects going on at the moment. We have covered most of this core production area here, where we have all the water wheels. These are basically the same water wheels that were there initially, but we are digging this whole thing here. We're digging a large tunnel, so we may basically eventually have the river come here and come down through here, powering a bunch more water wheels. Right now we've diverted the river over here, it enters the tunnel, and we have separated it from the clean water river that comes down the mountain, and that's ours. So we've reclaimed a little bit of area over here. And we are doing several other underground projects, really. A lot of what we're doing at the moment is underground. We are irrigating this whole thing, so we have been digging channels underground. And we have started digging channels over here to irrigate this whole thing. And we've just started planted canola over here because we were lacking canola. So we're expanding agriculture in this area. Guppy, you make sure I also hydrates, okay? I'm going to sleep. Have a great night, Cody. Thank you for being. And right now we're planting a few more trees because logs are kind of crashing. Which is a little bit of an issue. Last stream, I don't know if you were able to come in yesterday. We built this dam here. So we have a nice water reserve over here that hydrates this whole thing. And we are going to expand over here as well. This kind of stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. What else? We've expanded the dam over here as well a little bit in terms of water height. We've finished this dam. And yeah, oh, the last underground project I forgot to mention. We are building underground roads basically. Ooh, this should be high priority. Otherwise I'm never gonna get to it. We're building underground roads that are going to eventually replace a lot of this piping here. You can see it in function over here actually, where you have these little holes in the plateau, and if they want to come from, for example, over here to over here, they come down here, they enter the road here, and then just pop back out over here. Or if they want to go from here to here, one possibility they have is to pop down, go over here, pop back out, and go over here. So right now we've not completely suppressed that, but we could. There's another road that's available, basically. And so now we're expanding basically right below here and right alongside the wall here. And that means that eventually, like, this whole power shaft and tube-ray infrastructure is going to go. And same for this one. There's not going to be a tube-ray iron tube-ray over here. It's all going to go underground. But that's not gonna happen before we finish this square, probably, which is kind of the main central delivery system, right? So that's a lot of holes to be dug. It's going to take a long time because we can just do them one at a time. I'm still considering actually doing underground tube-ray stations for these projects. I think I am going to do that. Do I have the height? I'm not sure I do. For this one. For this one I have the height. You know what? Yeah. Let's do that. So we are going to have like something like that. And I think it's going to be 3 high. Probably. I don't know, let's test it above ground. So, if I want a tube-ray station, right? Place a tube-ray station somewhere, and I want something to go above it. Can I do that? No, I can't. Yeah, so the station itself is 3 high, right? If I place this 2 high, and then I place something 1 higher, that's fine, this ceiling. But any lower is not okay. So the station itself is 3 high, and the station is 3x2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so we're going to need this 3x2 space down there. Can I do anything for the other one? Well, you know what? It's not that deep. It's not actually that deep. So what I can just do, technically, hang on. Yeah. Something like that? Yep. Is do that. And these two can be high priority. And this one too. Ah! High priority kabooms. Because kabooms are important. Oh, this is not getting built because it's not high priority. That's silly. That is absolutely silly. Meanwhile, this forester is like, alright, I'm going to like go somewhere else to the tube way, to go cut some trees around the entrance, I suppose. That's silly. I do like the fact that they calculate the pathing through the tube ways, so you can see that this forester, this lumberjack, is like, hey, if I can't get to this tube way, I could still technically go over there and cut trees. I do find that kind of funny. But it's not helping my tree situation that I was not planting them. You know? Not at all. So please start planting. Cute. How are we doing? Perfect. So, oh, this has not been ordered being dug. That's an oversight on my part. That's supposed to be high priority. Alright, and then... Oh. Okay, yeah, I got it slightly wrong. That's fine. And you should be built on high priority as well, and whenever this is built, exploded, I suppose, then we can build another stairwell down here, and that's going to be direct access to the underground part, right? Just like that. Perfect. So, now they can go downstairs and build the tunnels themselves without having to go through the tubes. I could even have an entrance right here. You know what? Sure. Sure. That way they can access the workspace very fast. These should be high priority kabooms. Same as these. And same as these. It's going to take a little while for these to be operational, but that's okay. Over here we're finally starting to have plants. To have trees, I mean. Plants. Yes. Yes, celestial plants. I might start exploiting this forest, you know. But it is far away. Would take a long time for my beavers to get there. It would probably even be easier. Like, what's your range? Oh, actually, your range is all the way down there. Same as the farmer. Okay, fine. Um, that's okay. Beavers are a lot more comfortable than they used to be, so that's nice. We're still increasing the number of bots, which is increasing the consumption of grease, so we do have to watch that. But we have, at the end of last stream, we have doubled the production of grease, so I'm not too worried right now. Let's see. Oh, this is almost dug. Nice. This is a project that's progressing nicely. Oop. Over here. They're starting to dig out the main irrigation shaft. Okay. How do we do that? I suppose we demolish these. Actually, this. Oh. Well, that's awkward. I dug the wrong spot. Okay. Kinda awkward, but that's fine. And then I can order a tube ray, a vertical tube ray right here. And now I should be able to order the last spot dug. Yes, I can. Alright, that's fine. This is also getting dug nicely. Interesting. What's going on here? Ah. Yeah. Not great. Oops. That is not amazing. Well, I suppose that means that these two shouldn't be dug, first of all. Second of all, I should go one deeper over here. Basically, I need to like shift down for 2 blocks, right? And how is it? Uh-huh. Well, it's okay. We'll leave them deal with that for now. We can backfill once the bottom part is dug. This is all being counted. That's good. That's good. I might want a second forester over here. Where can you reach and where can't you reach? What if I had a forester like somewhere around here to take care of these trees, you know? This is all the cut, right? Yes, it is. That would help with the trees too. How's the canola doing? I think it's maintaining. I think the canola is maintaining. So we might be okay on that front. And how are the water reserves here? Very good, actually. Actually not bad at all. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. How things are going on here. This is basically almost done. Do I need to be worried? No, because I was careful not to break through into the water. The level of this one is slightly more concerning, but it's not at a point where we are in danger. And we're not consuming more. How are the power reserves? They're doing okay, actually. Well, to be fair, it's a bad tide. So it's not actually like if it were a drought or something. It's just that it needs to be able to maintain the power until we recover on wood. Which might be difficult. We'll see. We are consuming a lot of food, to be fair. Let's go back down below. Ooh, why? Okay, because the planning permissions are in, but the rest is not built yet. That actually makes sense. This whole thing needs to be high priority, please. same as this actually. Okay, so this is in. This will allow them to access these 3 spots. And actually, I think these 3 spots too. And this, which will allow them access to the higher level. This being dug out was a mistake, but okay. We can fix it in post. Alright. Yep. And down here, this is dug. I'm not sure how much. Can they access any of this? No. Okay, so let's try to fix what we broke. So I'm going to demolish these two. Yeah, you're gonna break things, that's fine. I'm going to put back some dirt here. And that's going to be very important dirt, or high priority dirt. And then these can be scaffolding. Scaffolding, yes. Yes, I have thought. Scaffolding with an L. And this is going to be a power shaft. We're going to ask them to prioritize the power shaft. And we connect everything, of course. Thankfully the dirt can overhang a little bit, so the fact that this tunnel is built in dirt means that we didn't have to collect the entire slice. Otherwise, we would have been in deep trouble. We would have an entire slice of the tunnel that would have to be collapsed. You should probably be designated medium priority. How about the situation down there? Okay. So we are done over here. Which means I can demolish these. Demolish this mess. And station. Oh, you connect not on the front? Oh well, it's fine. I can have another high priority tunnel right here. Hey Jerry Mondu, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to a little bit of beaver decompression, where we decompress the beavers. Might remove that. We are currently building an underground station to access an underground tunneling project that's going to take a lot of work, so we decided, well, I decided that I was tired of having to come down, place a little tube, and like do the same thing again 2 minutes later and all that. So now we are going to have beavers walk down there and do the stuff by paw. Come on, put in this block. And then we're going to be seeing beavers coming to work. In the tube. We're building the tube. There we go. This is officially the first tube station, underground tube station. And we should have builders coming to work. So this one, like, decided to work from inside the building. It seems like. Interesting. They might still do this one from inside. Not sure. No, actually they're going down. No, they're going out now. Here we go. We have beaver workers coming out in the underground station. Right under this plateau. And so basically they're going to do an underground equivalent of this. And we're going to be building, well, we are building an underground equivalent of this at the same time. And once we are done with all that, well, while we're building it even, we are going to start branching out, building this underground equivalent. And basically stop having aerial transport all over the map. Where are my new trees? Oh, right here. The okay, the hydration irrigation project is going well. We're going to go until the tip here. They probably need new paths, don't they? Yeah, actually, yes. They do. Oh, and they need some over here too. And how is tunneling project going? Not too bad. That side has ended. Great news. And so over here we are going to divert the river of bad water all the way down here inside the tunnel to make power with. And power hopefully is the entire colony. Ooh, this has grown. That's nice, that's nice. I think we're doing better now on the water. We'll see if this flows. I suppose we have to wait for this to be full. Yeah, all this work. Perfect. My trees are dwindling though. And that's not a great sign. This is 12%. I should probably, I don't know, have stairs here and start planting these areas. with oak. Something like that. Yeah. Oh my god, this is costing so much wood. Also, we are doing a lot of digging projects, so that doesn't. This is flooding badly. That's not. But hey, at least the bad tide didn't come back up. The river this time. What do I do here? Well, at least this is getting dug. But yeah, each of these cost planks, so I'm consuming a lot of planks. Like there's a lot of materials that are being consumed over here for these projects. And especially wood. Maybe I can have a forester back here. A cheeky forester. That could be a thing. Know that my hydration reached the back. Flip like that. Then the lumberjack. A little storage pile for the wood. 2 path tiles. And then we start planting like millions of oaks everywhere. How far do you reach? Up there? Yeah, sure. Like this whole thing becomes a forest, you know? Let's go. That's actually going to be a fairly efficient forester. It's going to have a lot of forest area under its responsibility. I'm not unhappy about that one. And we can even expand it this way afterwards. When the irrigation canals are dug, of course. Is any of this prioritized in any way? No. It's just that it's the first things I placed, so it's the first thing they do. That does make sense, you know? The only problem is it's going to take 30 days to have an impact on my wood supply, and my wood supply is currently dead. Like, you know, these ones I planted before the tide are only 60% in. So it takes a few cycles before your wood supply recovers from this kind of situation. That's basically the issue with it. It's just that building I'm doing right now is super hungry for wood. But everything is hungry for wood, so I have to be careful. And I'm not being super careful. I'm like, it will work out. Spoiler alert, it might not. But we still have a lot of energy stored. So unless a drought arrives, we might be okay. Fingers crossed. You know, I think I'm going to pause the science. We're at a point where I think I'm going to pause the science. Because that's so much energy consumption. And each of them is basically 500 horsepower, so I can pause probably 2 more of these. And that reduces the consumption of wood in turn. Is this coming back up during the night? Yes, it is. Thankfully. But during the day, the power consumption is going to come back up. We have a lot of bots working to... And bots consume energy. Well, we're still energy positive. Even during the day, so I might stop one more engine. You know? Because each engine is 400. So like right now we are barely positive, but we're still positive. As long as we keep with that, we should be fine. Because this is recharging. Number go up here. And that's during the day when the production, when the consumption is at its highest, right? And the production, I suppose, but... Yeah. I might even take it a tad lower. Because even that is like barely keeping up, but well, almost keeping up, I'd say. Sometimes it's above, most of the time it's below during the day. So now we should like be discharging slightly. But as soon as the night comes in, we go below. So we should be charging right now, overall. Yep. And we have seriously divided the wood consumption. can this support another forester? It might be able to. Like I only see like the center area being cut. Another lumberjack, I mean. Why don't you... Oh. That's why. I can fix that. I can fix you. Alright. That's gonna be one more beaver cutting wood. This is not cut, but this is because it's outside of the area of cutting, I believe. Yeah. Or almost outside. So that's fine. Yeah. We should have... Oh, this needs to be built, please. I suppose that means I'm going to need to do the same thing here. Please build this. Why are you complaining about no jobs? I suppose it's technically true for now. But it's... Oh, no, I know why. Good point. I didn't tell you to cut this. Right, no, you stop complaining. This is built. Yeah. I should probably remove the jobs from the plateaus. Just for clarity. I don't know why you have to designate the areas where they cut. It would probably make more sense to be able to designate some area where they don't cut, if that's the intent. To be like, oh no, you know, you protect this area, you don't cut here. Because they're always gonna cut whatever, well, they should always be cutting whatever's in range, right? If I'm growing wood, I want it to be cut. I just... Well, I don't always want it to be cut. This I don't want to be cut, but I could very well just designate this and protect it, and overall it would be faster than having to designate all the areas I want to be cut. Because it's a small portion of my trees that I don't want to cut. Anyway, I hope you follow my way. Ooh, who is that? Pijo! Hello. Aqua Avengers have arrived, reminding you to hydrate and dominate. Hello, Aqua Avengers, how are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, hi again. Yeah, right? Long time no see. What were you playing? You were playing... hang on. No shoutout? Why no shoutout? Oh yes, because it's you already had a shoutout today, I suppose. I can give you another one manually though. Oh, you were playing Stardew. How did it go? As you see, I changed game as well. I am growing beavers now, instead of solving mysteries. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I was a bit tired of blueprints, so decided to switch things up a little bit and start playing with the beavers again. Not that Blueprints is a great game, right? It's an amazing game, but I was just growing tired. Too tired for Blueprint, not tired of Blueprints, I should say. Yeah. We are having some slight tree production issues at the moment. I'm kinda considering making a forest up there. Even though it's not hydration safe, it might not be too bad. Lester became a bicycle, too tired. Get to the punch, Guppy. Here you go. Yeah, I might just have a forester and a lumberjack up here. Or two. Let's do that. And we can grow more oak. Because we never have enough. Never enough oak. And you cut those trees, of course. Oh, I went maybe a bit further on one side than the other. Let's cut off this. Technically, you could go further. Well, that's fine. That should be a lot of wood. That should come in a few days. Dungeon has been closed due to flooding. Well, you know, I pumped a lot of stuff in blueprints. I have mostly solved the flooding issues over here. I don't know if you've seen that, Raiders, but we were working on a project. Basically, we've enclosed this power generation area inside a tunnel, and we are currently excavating the tunnel the way over here, so that eventually we are going to divert the water, the bad water, this way. And then we can close off this channel over here and just have good water on this side, right? Or even just reclaim the land or something. Terraform or something. We are also conducting a number of projects underground. Last time we built a little underground metro way, I suppose. We are extending it alongside the walls of the... I can talk. Yeah, alongside the walls of the tunnel that's above. Let me do this real quick. There we go, you can go down there. They have to go to deep down a little bit, because above this... Actually, I might even, like, extend this by, like, 3 or 4 blocks. Let's do 4 blocks. Yeah, so I dipped down here a little bit. because upwards we have issues where this is where the water from this side is merging with the water from this side. So if we were to dig at this level, it would basically be the ground here, so the water would float down inside. We could prevent that from happening technically with an impermeable floor. Actually, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Hang on a minute. Reverse my orders. Well, look at you. You're all stranded now. Stupid beaver. Definitely not my fault. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that instead. That would be so much more clever. Okay. Wait a minute. I did stupid. I did a stupid. Ah. Well, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what we can do here is we're going to have this be a hole, but then what we're going to do is have this impermeable floor that we build on top, and it's going to mean that basically the water won't be able to come through. So yeah, we're going to do that here to avoid flooding the entire tunnel, although we are going to temporarily do that, I suppose. And over here we are doing basically the same kind of project, but we build an underground station instead of building stairs to go down, because here we've been able to access it, I guess, just below the floor. This being much deeper underground, we need, like, as you can see, stairs coming down here wouldn't be very feasible. So let's see here, we are going to want the tube ray to come up underneath that, right? And so how many blocks in between, basically, my question. So the sources are right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks away from the water is where we are building. Let's see down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. What's going on here? Oh, it's just too far from water. Yeah, that's okay. And so it's going to be 2-floor tunnel. One floor is going to be for mechanical power. One floor is going to be for transportation of beavers. So the top floor is going to be a tube ray. So you see the tube going on here. And below you have the mechanical power shaft that's already pre-planned. And so we can just put it in whenever, but not urgent, right? And so that means that we are eventually going to be able to remove a lot of that surface stuff. Who are the batteries right now? Slowly going down, but that's okay. And the wood is struggling, but kinda maintaining above 0. Which I suppose is better than nothing. Unconnected buildings. Why are you unconnected? Oh. That's awkward. No, you're connected. And beavers without jobs, yeah. That makes sense. You are cutting trees, that's fine. I should probably give you a little bit of stockpile. We have started today producing aubergine eggplant rations. We have 12,000 of them, which is making the beavers very happy, as you can see. A lot of them are eating eggplants. Basically every one of them is eating eggplant. Which means that next we need to go for food diversification. At least we need to go into hydroponics, right? We could go into aesthetics to make them happier. That would be an easy way to do things. Maybe providing a bit more fun. I don't get how the scratchers are still so low. Are they built? Have you built the scratchers? Yeah, like there's an entire street of scratchers right here. And there's an entire street of scratchers right here. Like how? How on earth is this possible? Are they scratching all day or what? I don't get it. Okay, so you're built. So as soon as I have a worker coming into work, we should finally be able to work with that. You should really be on wood. And someday we'll have hydration going underneath the plateau, but that's not a high priority right now. Right, start planting. And as soon as this is planted, I think this should detect that, oh yeah, I have stuff to do in range now. Eventually. No? Why are you complaining? It's in a tree cutting area, huh? Okay, it just took you time to update. I see. That's fine. Uh, Canola might be slightly struggling. I suppose we can reassign this bit to canola. Just gain this extra little bit. How is wood? I think we might switch one of them to a bot. And possibly this one too. That might be more efficient. Because the bot works all day long. Well, all night long, I should say. Though, in terms of work efficiency, this is plus 60%, 80% for some of them, and the bot is plus 110%. Yeah, so the bot is still faster than the beaver. So yeah, the bot is definitely doing better. And since I have bots available, you know, might as well. I might even switch the second worker. We'll see if... yeah, maybe. Why not? Okay. Let's have a little look underground. This is almost finished. So I suppose when this is finished, what needs to happen is we need to go at 90 degrees. Something like that. This goes a little past. Yeah. And we're going to have basically the same thing here. We're going to need to go all the way back there. Uh-huh. Oh. I'm on the wrong layer, yes I am, but also, you know, it's a long way down. Let's try that again. Oh. Yeah, no, that's... I thought for a moment that they were digging on the surface, they were not. Something like that. Yes. Okay. And so you stop right. Okay. I can go one layer down. That's my marker. Go back up. Then We need to go across where? I suppose ideally under this line, right? So basically like one tile down from the dirt hole, which is a good marker for us because we see it all the way down. So something like that. Where did I start here? Just on the first one. Right, can do. Perfect. And that obviously means not here actually. We are going to need to shift this by one. If we want to go down and not hit the transportation tube. We go. And so we reconnect them, basically, at this level. Alright, so a lot more digging is planned. But that's okay, because once we have that little square built, we are in far better position than we used. Okay, so this is filled. Perfect. We can refill that. This can be a platform. And so build these. And what we're going to do here, can I replace the impermeable floor? Yes, I can, in fact. I don't know why I did not. Come on. Aha. Well, that was just in time, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah, I think it was. Like, some water went down, but just a tiny amount. So that's exactly what we would have wanted, isn't it? And then we can have impermeable floor. Aha. There's quite a flow here. I suppose we would like to... Well, too late, I suppose. Oh, perfect, actually. Place this impermeable floor ASAP. Please. Yes, this. I believe. Yep. That's placed. And I just need the second one. They're going to place in time, I believe. Yeah, that's built. Okay. So both of these floors have been impermeabilized. I don't know. Something impermeable. Now I have double the capacity for anti-flooding purposes over here. So I should flood less. And also, no, this time I have this tunnel going right below without an issue. I like that. And this tiny bit of water is going to evaporate, that's not a problem. It's clean water. Here you go. It's clean water, so it's not even a problem for my beavers. They can go in it, have fun. It's just going to give them wet fur, which they actually appreciate. So, you know. It's a win-win situation, really. Alright. What next? This is almost recharged. Nice. Science is being consumed slightly by these towers. 3 per hour. So I cannot indefinitely keep the science down. But while the wood is recovering, that's fine. This is being planted. Amazing. 10% on the first trees. Alright. Ah, we're making a lot of progress, aren't we? This is all. Yep. This whole irrigation tunnel is built. I suppose that means we could start considering going down. So that's 2 away. So the edge is right here. So I could go here. Oh. Oops. I do need to go one further, apparently. Well, at least I know where the edge is. Makes it a bit hard to see this underground tool. That's my only complaint about it. I like that we have underground tool, but it's difficult to see whatever you're doing. I'd like it if there was like some level of transparency of the blocks when you're in underground tool, you know? So you could kind of see what's below. And maybe in a negative way a little bit what's up, although that would be more complicated, but at least see a little bit what's below. Ooh, a drought, that's bad. The drought is going to be bad for power. Not great. How far away are we from getting trees here? We're still at 50% on these. At least this is getting cut more healthily. This is barely planted. That's 30%, yeah. This is 10%. I could come and start cutting down here. I don't want to though. I suppose we'll just have to deal with a difficult drought. And ration stuff a little bit. At least we have plenty of science stored. So we're not struggling for that. But it is midnight, so I suppose I should stop here. Because we're going to be streaming again tomorrow, and it's going to be an early stream. It's going to be around noon my time, so basically in 12 hours we're streaming again. And tomorrow we are going to be streaming development. We're going to be working on the Tiltify integration. So yeah, I need to go sleep and eat and recharge the batteries before I come back to streaming, if that makes sense. It's not going to be a very long stream because unfortunately I have to go relatively early in the evening. I learned that during the break. But we're going to see what we can do nonetheless. And it's gonna be how it's gonna be, you know? It's software development, so we make whatever progress we can, and then next time we do more progress. I did a little bit of progress between streams, mostly fixing stuff, testing stuff. A lot of testing has happened, because a lot of it is testing that I can only run over a long time, because like the things that I'm looking at happen every 2 hours or something. So the best I can do is like leave it running the whole day and see if things break or not, and deal with it. So yeah, we're going to stop right here for today. Let me save and don't go anywhere. We are going to raid somebody. Share the love, you know?